Nicolas was looking for in Paris to know if there was an Ahathoor temple surviving in this town. But his research were without any success. In fact, according to his information, the Ahathoor temple disappeared after the First World War, after the death of MacGregor martyrs in 1980. So Nicolas was convinced that it was absolutely necessary, if we want to reawake the temple Ahathoor, to go in England. Due to his Masonic relationships, especially with the SRI, Societas Rosicrucian Anglia, Nicolas introduced me to Bob Gilbert at the beginning of the years 90. And Bob Gilbert was not only the librarian of the SRI, but also he was the keeper of the archives of the Old Golden Dawn. So with Nicolas, we traveled together at Bristol in the west of England, and I could consult myself all the archives of the Old Golden Dawn, the original Golden Dawn. For instance, letters written by Westcott, and also the lamen of the Rose Cross of Arthur, and many things, many objects. Nicolas asked Bob Gilbert to give copies of these documents, and especially copies of the inner order of Florence Farr, the sphere, the document of the sphere. And Bob Gilbert accepted and helped us. But he told us also that he was not the chief of the Golden Dawn, but he knew that amongst the members of the high degree of SRI, especially the 9th degree, there was a secret tradition concerning the Golden Dawn. But certain members of the High Council of SRI don't want to be associated with the Golden Dawn, because the Golden Dawn was involved in certain scandal at the beginning of the 20th century, especially, you know, the Aureae affair, and also because the member of the SRI hates really Crowley and Crowleyans. Anyway, certainly Nicolas knew something more with his relation in this SRA, especially with the Grand Master, the Supremus Magus at this time, because he introduced me to Desmond Burke in 1992. Desmond Burke was the librarian of the British Museum. He was a member of the high degree of SRA and a member of the Grand College of the Masonic Rites and Prime Minister of Serapis Temple of London, of the Magical Order of the Golden Dawn. And this temple was created with also the help of the Imperator at this time, Apollon Leontas. In the third travel in London in September 1993, Nicolas and me were initiated in the high degree of Adeptus Exemptus 7/4 by Apollon Leontas, who received from Desmond Burke all the complete transmission of the different branch coming from the original Golden Dawn. Stella Matutina, Holy Order of the Golden Dawn, of Weight, and so on. And this initiatic transmission was completed by another American adept, Dr. Robert Ward. Dr. Robert was an old friend of Nicolas when Nicolas was living in San Francisco. During this ceremony of Adeptus Exemptus degree, Apollon Leontas gave me a charter to authorize me to reopen the Ahathoor temple in Paris, exactly 1 century after to be founded in 1892, with an independent statue. With this charter, Nicolas and me could recruit an officer staff, essentially Freemason, Breton, Rosicrucians, and BOTR members. And our staff officer were initiated regularly at London to the neophyte degree in the Serapis Temple. And Nicolas could obtain certain documents, magical documents, coming from Agrio Matters, coming from Bob Hilbert also, and he could find an old alchemical documents coming from the original Ahathoor temple in an old library, and that he gave him. Nicolas believed that it was important that we have contacts, we be in touch with American adepts in the United States of America against the advice of the British people. But Nicolas was very friend with Robert Ward, and Robert Ward effectively transmit to us documents coming from the Slater the documents. Slater was Cancellarius of Ahathoor Temple in the years 30s. Nicolas and myself wanted to create a federation of Temple of the Golden Dawn, and with this view, we established contacts with many American adepts. In 1997, in June, I traveled in California, and I participated in the meeting of the Mark Temple of the Golden Dawn at Los Angeles, which Patricia Binmon was the Premonstratrix and David John Griffin the Apparator. And also I participated in the meeting of the August Order of the Mystic Cross created by Robert Ward along the lines of the Golden Dawn. And unfortunately, as you know, our entity are trying to do a federation between the different Golden Dawn temples didn't succeed because in America there were big battles fighting, you know. So we decided anyway to go on with Robert Ward and David Griffin. We tried to revive the tradition in not only in France but in Europe, and due to my friendship with John Griffin, I received also a lot of different esoteric transmission, and I helped John Griffin to do something in America.